Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, Organized with Joy. In today's video, it is another Tiny Tidy Tuesday, and I am in my kitchen today because I have been pondering this idea of simplifying this space. I feel like I want to simplify this space for a couple of reasons. First of all, I feel like there's too much on my countertops, and I feel like when there's a lot on your horizontal spaces, you just have less space to work. And I don't have a huge kitchen. I don't have a lot of counter space. So I want to go ahead and try to figure out a way to remove some of the items from my counter. The other thing for me is visual clutter. This really drives me crazy, and I'm always trying to find that balance between my home being cozy and inviting, but also being minimal. And this space behind me, this little cabinet that is above the desk we have in our kitchen, I definitely need to reevaluate what is in that space. I do have enough room in my kitchen cabinets to store some of these items that I have currently on display. There's no reason why all of these items need to be on display. So I just need to evaluate what I want to keep in that space and what I can go ahead and hide away in the cabinets. In addition to that, there are a couple of ideas decor-wise that I wanted to mix things up, and I'm not 100% sure about this idea, but I saw another creator on Instagram made a wall with all of her cutting boards hanging, and it was absolutely beautiful. I don't have quite as many cutting boards as she does, and so I'm not so sure this will work. I may abandon this idea altogether, but it is something that I've been thinking about. But basically today is just going to be simplifying my kitchen. I'm actually gonna start by just removing everything off the countertops. I'm gonna just start in this corner over here, and actually that Ninja Foodie and the protein powder is my son's. He's actually moving at the end of this week for his internship. I wanted to try out that Ninja Foodie. I got it for him for Christmas, and he is going to take it with him for his internship, but I wanted to try it out to see how it worked because my Instant Pot has been on the fritz, and so I kind of need to replace it, and I wondered if I could replace it with something that was more of a multi-use tool like that, where you can do air frying and pressure cooking and all of that sort of stuff. So in the after shots, you won't see those items, although they probably will still technically be on my counter for the next few days here. I am gonna go ahead and put our air fryer back to this corner where I always keep it because we use this multiple times per day. So I definitely wanna keep that out on the counter. Like I mentioned, I would love to replace this with the Ninja Foodie, which I might do. But for now, since we use this multiple times per day, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that where it was. So this tray here, I use all of these things every day. And so I do want to leave those things out. I do like them aesthetically as well. And here is a little tip for you. If you just put things on a tray, it makes it feel less visually cluttered because your eye and your brain sees those as one item instead of like a whole bunch of items. If you know, those items weren't on a tray, it would definitely feel more cluttered, but since I corral them in a tray, it looks less cluttered. But I did have a couple other pieces on that tray that I'm gonna go ahead and put away for now. This is obviously just a decorative piece, and then this is a supplement that I need to take daily. I'm going to put this with my other pill supplements. I left this out for a while because this was new to me a few weeks ago so that I would remember to take it, but now I'm just gonna put this with my other supplements.
The sun rises behind her eyes, but she still can't see it. And she's beside me, I walk slowly. She feeds my soul all the gold I could need. This whole time I've been searching for the wrong thing. She's my captain, she's the sea. She's the sun on my back, baby, believe me. She's my captain, she's the sea. She's the sun on my back, baby, believe me. Believe me. Believe me. She found my heart in my mind, fighting for my bones. And I'll never have to brave the cold alone. She's the kind you only find in a story. I've never had anybody fight for me.
So one thing I wanted to do is remove this letterboard. I'm just kind of over the word art. I'm slowly but surely removing it from my home in different spaces. And I had this print in another location in my home and decided to add it to this space. I thought it worked perfectly here. I do like to rearrange decor or move things around, and it really helps to prevent me from buying new things. If I just take something from one room and move it to another room, sometimes it just feels new that way.
She's got my heart, she's got my soul. Believe me, I found my home. She's got my heart, she's got my soul. Believe me, I found my home. She's my captain, she's the sea. She's the sun on my back, babe, believe me. She's my captain, she's the sea.
I did want to remove some things from this corner here. I like a good coffee station, coffee bar setup as much as the next gal, but I just felt like it was getting a little bit too cluttered, and so I wanted to pare things down, and again, just using a tray to corral everything.
Captain, she's the sea, she's the sun on my back, she's everything. She's my captain, she's the sea, you're the sun on my back, babe, believe me, believe me, believe me, believe me.
Okay, I might actually just leave my windowsill with nothing on it. This I used to use all the time. I still really love the aesthetic of this. How cute is this? You put your phone in here and it amplifies the sound. It's not electronic, it just amplifies the sound by whatever that physics principle is. But I don't use this anymore. Ever since I got Bluetooth headphones, I feel like I don't use this. I used to use it because I would often rip my headphones off myself while I was cooking or cleaning. But maybe I could put this in my bathroom to listen to music like while I'm showering or something like that. And then I just had a couple of plants I'm going to put away. And this guy, I think I'm going to depart with. My daughter and I used to have this game where we would hide him in different locations. And then when you found him, you put him in some other location and the other person had to find it. But that was a short-lived game for us. And so I think I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to this guy. Oh, and by the way, in case you were wondering, this is a guy who sits on your straw, a straw gripper. I had gotten like a kid's meal at Cane's, and this was the toy.
I've been away.
Okay, here is something that is super problematic for me. This is a compost bin, and I had really good intentions for it. We actually now receive compost service here in Austin with our regular trash and recycle pickup. And I had good intentions, but basically the only thing I use it for is my coffee grounds. I tend to not grab the bin, which I was keeping over in that corner, and take it over to where I would be cutting vegetables and fruits. So I want to try to make space for this in a cabinet over in that corner where I do all of my chopping. I feel like that would be more practical. I don't like having it on the counter, and I don't know if this is actually going to work because I'm afraid I will just forget about it because of habits, but we're gonna give it a try. Okay, next up is tackling this shelf. And I think what I'm going to do is pull down everything that I think could either be decluttered or stored away for now. I might as well clean while I'm up there as well, but I am going to start by just pulling down everything that I don't love, like in the sense that I want it to be displayed.
Wrapped inside my arms, you're my beautiful girl that I don't deserve. You tame my wild heart with a whisper. Light up the house, unlock the door, come out and meet me on the porch, 'cause I'm coming home. Train your eye on the setting sun, oh, be there coming home. I'm coming home. Now I'm coming home. Now I'm coming home. Now I'm coming home. Now I'm coming home. And I can be a man, be big and tough for you, darling. That won't be enough. I would learn to move mountains, not learn to park.
Okay, it's starting to look like I am going to be entertaining here or something. But these are all the things that I grabbed off the shelf that I think could be just stored away, that I want to keep to use for entertaining, but I don't necessarily need them out. These, I love these, but they're tags for wine glasses. But y'all, a while back, I accidentally dropped the tray of my wine glasses and I had to replace them and decided to replace them with stemless wine glasses. So I'm not even sure these are useful to me, but look at how adorable these are. So I am going to keep them, even though, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But this is my collection of cutting boards, and I feel like they're not as aesthetic as the gal who I saw displaying all of hers on her wall. And I especially feel like they don't necessarily go well together. Like, I feel like they kind of clash or something, I don't know. And some of them are actually dirty from being used. And I've actually thought about doing this project in the past, and I realized that it might look awkward if I'm entertaining and someone comes over to my house and there's like a cutting board missing off the wall. It would kind of mess up the aesthetic of what I was trying to achieve artistically with these cutting boards. So I think I'm going to scrap that idea. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that artwork that is up there, even though I'm trying to move away from the letter artwork, but for now I'm just gonna leave it.
Dirt on my hands, but I'll take care of you better than any other man. I'll hold you until we all go. 'Cause you, my sweet, oh, you saved my soul. It's almost time to drink the poison now. This old engine's running cold.
So in true Joy fashion, this became like the book If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and I started spiraling. I decided that I wanted to paint this wall black so that this area looked more like a built-in. I figured it wouldn't take long because it's such a small space. But I used the same wall paint that I used in my laundry room, where it is right next to cabinets, which I painted this same black color. But the lighting in my kitchen is different, and this paint didn't look like true black like it did in the laundry room. So then I decided to just use the cabinet paint so that it would be an exact match. So I ended up painting over this paint with the cabinet paint, and because of this, the project definitely became more than a tiny tidy.
And all I've wanted from life, give me one reason, give me one reason to turn back now. Give me one reason, give me one reason to turn back now. I'm finding my way with you. I know that we'll be there.
I do this little trick when I want a really clean line between two paint colors on a wall, where I take painter's tape and I push it down really hard, and then I use the original color, like the color from the one wall first, and then I go back over it after that's dry with the second color, and that creates kind of like a seal, and it makes like this perfectly straight line. Because this project ended up taking so long and I was working on painting this, I think this was after dinner, it got to be really late, and I ended up not showing me taking the tape off, which was unfortunate because it was quite satisfying, but it was late in the evening by the time I ended up getting done painting with the other type of paint. Here I'm just showing you where I've placed things inside of my cabinet that once used to be out on display or on my countertops.
You remind me of so many things. You remind me of flowers, golden hours, coloring. You remind me of light shining through, twirling, dancing across the room. You remind me of falling rain. Yeah, that sweet, sweet sound on my window pane. You remind me of skies.
Well, friends, that is all I have for you for this Tiny Tidy Tuesday. It's so funny because when you plan these tiny tidies, sometimes in your mind you think, this is a tiny tidy, it won't take me long, but then it takes much longer than you anticipate, and you add extra tasks on top of yourself. But I appreciate you sticking with me through until the end today. And as always, there will be a link to the playlist in my description box below, along with Sunday Dawn's channel, The Helpful Home. But I do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch my video today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.